A day in Old San Juan is a colorful, wondrous adventure if you know where to go. Let me show you some off-the-beaten-path places and some prime photo ops. If you think Old San Juan is just a fort, then you haven't spent enough time exploring Old San Juan. So if you're here for just a short period of time, maybe you're on a cruise stopover, or maybe you're just here for a visit, and maybe you want to avoid the crowds and you want to avoid all the things that everybody else sees, well, here are some hidden gems that I discovered by just spending one day in Old San Juan, and I did it all by myself. Very accessible, and I'll tell you where it is and if it costs anything and if it's worth the walk. So I start most of my adventures with one of my favorite websites, Atlas Obscura. I get an idea of unusual places to visit at my destination. And today's adventure starts at San Sebastian Plaza, one of the main shopping thoroughfares in Old San Juan. Here's an easy photo op number 1. It also happens to be where shuttles frequently deposit tourists. This was clearly a crowded area full of cruise passengers for the day. I immersed myself in the crowd and took in some of the colorful streets. Here's a pro tip. Stand near some of the walking tours to catch some information about the local area. For example, this guide said the buildings are painted colorfully to attract more tourists. My first order of business was lunch, and I wanted something a little different and treated myself to Verde Mesa, a farm-to-table fine dining experience. It has an unexpected exterior, so you have to know to look for it. Inside, at my table for one, I enjoyed a craft cocktail and their signature dish, Verde Mesa rice. And trust me when I tell you this restaurant and this dish is worth the walk, the wait, and the check. After lunch, I stepped outside the restaurant to take in the views and the cruise ships and to start my true walking adventure. Just a few doors down was La Casa Estrecha, a narrow alleyway that has since been turned into a tiny house. This is photo op number 2. At the end of the block is Capilla del Santo Cristo de la Salud, the Chapel of the Holy Christ of Health, a chapel built on a cliff known for its healing powers. And just next door is Parque de las Palomas, or Pigeon Park, where for a few dollars you can feed the pigeons in the designated area. Parque de las Palomas for $2. Oh, do you see what happens when you bring food? They're ready to eat. Well, I have to open it first. Okay, palomas. Palomas. Here, let's do everybody gets some. Everybody. This is also a great place for photo op number 3. Okay, if I'm being honest, that was really kind of my favorite thing so far. A big animal lover. And it's clear that the pigeons know that this is where you go if you want a good snack. A short distance away is Cathedral Basilica Menor de San Juan Bautista, the second oldest cathedral in the Americas. And it's free to visit, but don't forget to remove your hat when you enter. After checking out the sanctuary, be sure to head to the left to visit the tomb of Ponce de Leon, the founder of San Juan. From this cathedral, head down Calle Las Monjas, one of the most beautiful streets I found in Old San Juan. Hang a left at the end, and you'll see where we started. This is Puerta de San Juan, one of the main entry points into San Juan, built around 1635 when it was a walled Spanish city. Now, I'm not a big museum person, but Museo de las Americas was worth the $8 admission. And look at this photo op number 4. I really wanted to learn more about the Taíno, the indigenous people of Puerto Rico. And here at this museum, I got a glimpse at both the history and the art of Puerto Rico. Oh, and here's photo op number 5. I have just a few more things I want to check off my Old San Juan list, but everywhere I go, there's something new to see. If you're looking to do a little shopping, I highly recommend The Poet's Passage, a gallery/shop owned by a French artist married to a Puerto Rican poet. If you're a more traditional shopper, Marshall's, one of my favorite stores, is right across the way. And I quickly learned the meaning of the word liquidación. I met up with my friend Andrea, decided to grab a light bite at St. Germain Bistro and Cafe, another off-the-beaten-path recommendation, kept it light with cappuccino and a beet salad, then headed for 2 more landmarks. If Art Deco is your thing, then this is a must-see. This is the headquarters of Banco Popular. It's built in 1938, and I also love its neighbor nearby, which is this beautiful federal building. Believe it or not, this is one of the things that I wanted to see the most in Old San Juan. Let me show you what it is and tell you why. This small little park holds a statue worth visiting. This is Felisa Rincón de Gautier, who is the longtime mayor of San Juan and the first woman to be elected as mayor of a capital city in the Americas. And although I wasn't planning to check out the fort, I mean, you can't deny these views. I at least wanted to check out the cemetery Santa Maria Magdalena de Pacis. This is a famous seaside cemetery. It is accessible through a tunnel down below. So basically what I'm saying is make your day in Old San Juan your own. If you want to go visit the fort, the cemetery, and see some of the touristy things, by all means do it, but don't be afraid to start walking around and check out things that are a little more unusual and maybe clue you in a little bit more to the culture and the history of this very rich island. I hope you have enjoyed my day in Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. Adios. See you next time.